Alright, YouTube subscribers, my name is Rayshawn, known as Ray Niz on Facebook, also known as Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999 on YouTube. Now, what's going on is that I'm just doing a 2025 remake video of my 52-inch white and polished brass Craftmade CXL ceiling fan. Now, I got this ceiling fan from Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. For about 800 bucks. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got this ceiling fan from the flea market sale for 20 bucks back in November of 2023. Now, it was on November the 5th of 2023, that Sunday evening, when I got the ceiling fan from the flea market sale. So, when I first saw this ceiling fan, I actually liked it how it looked. And when I first saw this fan, I really thought that it was a Hampton Bay Huntington ceiling fan in white and polished brass, manufactured by CEI. But when I got a closer look at that fan, then I recognized that it was a Craftmade. So when I saw this fan, now looking at the holes on the blade brackets, that's what made me figure out that the fan was made in the 90s. But I couldn't even figure out the way to decode the date at the time. So some ceiling fan collector showed me how to decode the date for the fan. So the features about this fan is that it has 5 high gloss blades that are non-reversible. And it also features a forward and a reverse switch, 3-speed pull chain switch. And the light kit that you see on this fan is not original. The light kit is something that I added on to the fan myself. And the light kit is something that I got from some ceiling fan collector named Michael Doss, I believe. As he didn't even want the light kit anymore. So I ended up purchasing the light kit from him off of PayPal. And I actually like how this light kit look on this fan. And it make the ceiling fan look more like a modern ceiling fan from the 90s. Now, the mounting hardware that you see on this fan is not original. It was missing its original mounting bracket and original canopy of the ceiling fan was damaged. So the mounting hardware that you see is actually a Hunter ceiling fan mounting hardware that I purchased off of eBay for nothing, thinking that I lost the mounting bracket for my Hunter Southern Classic ceiling fan. Whole time I had the mounting bracket for my Hunter Southern Classic that I ended up finding. So I'm just using this Hunter ceiling fan mounting system that I purchased off of eBay as a spare mounting system for this ceiling fan. So I actually like how I look with the fan anyway. So other than that, I'm about to go on and tell you the information about this fan. So due to the fact that the file number for this fan is E77665, this ceiling fan was manufactured by Fan Thing. And it was made in China, I believe. I believe it was made in China. But I don't remember, so I'ma just assume that it was made in China. So it was made in China back in December 1992. So other than that, I also forgot to mention that that the pull chain extensions are not original to the fan, and neither the fobs are original. The pull chain pendants actually went to my Hampton Bay Huntington 1 ceiling fan in full white that was manufactured by CEI, as I replaced those pendants with the genuine Hampton Bay pendants on there. So other than that, I'm about to go on and start this fan off with low. Now, I actually got the ceiling fan hooked up to where I can either control this ceiling fan from this wireless remote, or I can control the ceiling fan from this push button wall control. Now, the switch plate cover, that's actually a picture of my friend Minnie Paris, one of my friends that be doing modeling and stuff that I support really hard. So, other than that, I'm about to go on and start this fan off with low. Now, I actually got the ceiling fan hooked up to where I can either control this ceiling fan from this wireless remote, or I can control the ceiling fan from this wireless remote, now the switch plate cover, that's actually a picture of my friend Minnie Paris, one of my friends that be doing modeling and stuff that I support really hard. So other than that, going back to this fan, so even though the ceiling fan is on low, but it's actually putting out a gentle breeze, something that you expect from a cheap old 42-inch ceiling fan. Like when you put a 42-inch ceiling fan on medium, and it's a cheap old crappy builder ceiling fan, and you put it on medium, and it puts out a little breeze and stuff. That's how much breeze this fan puts out on low. Now, I believe that the ceiling fan is not a cheap old builder fan, considering the fact that even though it's a builder grade ceiling fan, but it performs better than the actual standard builder fan. So even though it's a builder fan, but it performs more like an expensive ceiling fan, which what I really like about this fan. So only reason why it blows a good amount of air, because it got a big motor inside the ceiling fan. Now the motor is a 188 by 15 millimeter motor, so that's why the performance on the ceiling fan is actually better than the performance on any other standard builder ceiling fans. So other than that, this is just about low. But as far as RPM wise, I really don't know the RPMs and stuff. And plus, I'm not really good at estimating the RPMs on the ceiling fan, because RPMs are not really my thing. Now, when I put this fan on medium, it actually blows like how much air it kind of blows like if you was to turn on the cheap old ceiling fan on high speed, and it puts out a certain amount of breeze. That's just about how much breeze this fan puts out on medium. So the breeze that's coming from the fan is kind of like, it's really the breeze that you expect from a cheap old builder fan that's on high. So other than that, that's what I mean about when I said that the ceiling fan performs a lot better, because it got a big motor in there. So yeah, so other than that, so it gets a little breezy in my room, even though I have it on medium. And it makes my room feel breezy. Which is the reason why I didn't even take the ceiling fan down at all. And I really like this fan so much to the point that one day that when me and my family do decide to move out this house, I'm keeping this fan with me, because I really like the performance of this fan. So other than that, as you can see, it's kind of twitching on medium. I don't know if it's probably not really noticeable on camera, but it kind of twitches a little on medium. Like it's kind of making a little movement like what you would make like when you shivering. Yeah, but other than that, I'm about to go on and put it on high. Now it actually does wobble on high speed, and the only reason why it's doing that because of the blades on the ceiling fan are warped. But this fan is actually putting out a lot of breeze and stuff. Puts out a lot of breeze to the point that it actually blows more air, to the point that even though it's really a ceiling fan, but it actually blows air like it's a regular fan. Kind of like the airflow that you kind of expect from a box fan, the cheap old box fan. And it's like to the point that this ceiling fan can actually outdo a cheap old box fan. Like that's just how much of a good old air this fan puts out. But other than that, let me start repeating myself like a broken record. And then I also forgot to mention that back on April the 14th of 2024, I had to replace the reverse switch on the ceiling fan, because the original reverse switch on the ceiling fan was starting to go bad. So I had to replace the reverse switch off the fan and replace it with a spare that I actually had on hand. And because I put a different reverse switch on the ceiling fan, now I'm actually able to reverse the fan. All I got to do is put the reverse switch up, and that's going to make the fan spin the opposite direction. Because with the original reverse switch the ceiling fan will only work only on forward. And it wouldn't even, and sometimes it'll work in reverse, but it'll work in reverse whenever it wanted to, but not when I needed it to work in reverse. That's just how bad the original reverse switch on the fan was going bad. So this is reverse. And then I also forgot to mention that the ceiling fan is actually a quiet ceiling fan. So it actually runs, yeah, so it actually runs quiet. But it kind of does have a tiny bit of a bearing noise to it, which is not really noticeable when you turn the fan on high speed because you can really hear the airflow noise over the bearing noise and stuff. So as long as I can hear the air noise over the bearing noise, I'm completely fine with that. Because if I can hear the bearing noise over the airflow and something, then that means I'm gonna have to oil it. Well, don't get me wrong, like the bearings is starting to go bad because sometimes the ceiling fan does make a loud bearing noise every once in a while, but majority of the time it's always quiet, but every now and then it'll make a loud bearing sound. And then after that, then it just goes away. So that's really, so I'm just taking that as a signal that I'm gonna have to eventually oil the bearings on the ceiling fan. Or else the bearing noise on the fan will start to get worse to the point that I'm gonna have to take the ceiling. Yeah, so only reason I ain't trying to do that because that's gonna have to require for me to have to take the whole ceiling fan down and take the whole ceiling fan apart just for me to get to the motor and stuff so I can spray some WD-40 or spray some Zoom Spout oil onto the bearings and stuff, and that's gonna be a lot of work. And then on top of that, when I gotta sandwich the motor housing back together, it's actually a pain in the butt trying to sandwich the motor housing back together in piece. Trying to sandwich the motor housing back together. So other than that, I really don't have anything else to say about the ceiling fan. So I'm about to go on and get off this video. So this is Ray Nizzle, known as Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999. My name is Rayshawn Willis, and I am signing out this video. And I'm out. And I'm sorry that the video paused in the middle. And the reason why is that because my iPhone storage was full. But I'm about to go on and get the heck off this video.